Hey, what's good, y'all? This Kev here, aka Shank Entertainment. We back again here with another video. Yo, we got a lot to talk about. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long though, because I know the draft is about to come on again, the second round of the draft. But we got a lot to talk about in this short span of time. I'm just gonna go ahead and just jump right into it though. Yo, yesterday's draft went crazy, like crazy. So let's talk about it. So the first couple of picks, let's read them off to y'all real quick. Hey, I appreciate everybody for joining in. Let's read out these first couple picks. Also, shout out to all the dudes who did get drafted yesterday. Definitely a blessing. So we know Cam Ward went first in the NFL draft. I don't disagree with that at all whatsoever. Definitely feel like Cam probably should have went first, if not Shedeur. And we all know Shedeur got snubbed yesterday. Like it's no conversation that needs to be had about that. Shedeur should have definitely went in that first round without a doubt. And it's crazy because when I was sitting back just watching it, of course I was disappointed, but I have I have two different sides in basically how I feel and how I'm feeling as to why what happened happens. So pretty much I feel like personally it could be one of the four options. And y'all let me know what y'all think too. First option is I felt like his dad kind of intervening and pretty much saying, you know, my son is not going to this program. My son is not going to that program. And the NFL probably said, hey, man, what? You're not telling us where your son is going. You don't run this. You don't run this. This is not your league. You played in the league, but this is not your league. So that's one of the options I feel like the NFL could have brought up. Um, Another one, I feel like this is like a chance for the NFL to kind of humble Shedeur in a way. Like they were trying to humble him. I always hear these media and these streamers keep saying, and people in the comment section just keep saying that Shedeur is cocky. So there's a difference between being cocky and being confident. Like y'all got to realize the difference. If somebody was coming at y'all and coming at your character for no reason, and you're not responding after a certain point, you letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Eventually, you're going to snap. Eventually, you're going to have to respond. And if you have two eyes and you can see and can understand football, play the game of football, coach football, you can understand that Shedeur was a top quarterback, if not one of the best quarterbacks. Like, I don't even know why this is an argument. So I feel like the NFL was trying to humble him in a way. Okay, you think you better than what you actually are. And I keep hearing, yeah, Shedeur was good, but he was in the Big 12. Y'all got to stop that whole narrative. Football is not even the same no more. Like, there's not just one powerhouse like how it used to be back in the day. Not even back in the day, but a couple years ago. There's not just those Bamas and those Georgias. That's not what it is no more. NIL changed the game. Players is leaving and going to different programs. This is different. When Dion and Prime and them, when Prime and Shedeur and them first came to Colorado, that first season that they had, terrible. 4-8, terrible. It was a huge step from what the program previously was, though. It was a huge step. But so they went 4-8. Then the following year, after that, is when they turned it up a little bit. They went in that 10-2, and then they lost in the bowl game, whatever. Cool. A huge step though. But anyway, I say all that to say, I keep hearing these narratives and saying that Shedeur is not even ready. Shedeur is not a high caliber quarterback, and he'll pretty much be a bust in the NFL. All right, so I laid out two reasons so far why I feel like he didn't get picked. So I feel like the NFL was trying to humble him, right? All right, let's talk about the third reason. Okay, maybe, just maybe, his dad set that up to the point where, uh, pretty much he wanted him to purposely go in the second round, so that if he did get drafted in the first round, that the media and the world wouldn't say, okay, only reason why he went first round, or the only reason why he got picked higher in the first round is because of his dad. I feel like that's another narrative. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. I'm just throwing stuff out there as to what I'm trying to just process as to why what transpired yesterday. Because it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And, I find it funny that people are still saying that he's cocky. They don't like the way he was doing things while he was waiting for the draft. And everybody just keeps saying he's not a humble kid at all whatsoever. Like, if you're a good player, you're supposed to have confidence in yourself, period, point blank. Why wouldn't you have confidence in yourself and your ability as a quarterback? So let's look at this clip right here. So this is at the end of the draft. This is his response, the way he handled things, with character.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
That was a perfect response. Like, of course you could tell he's a little frustrated, a little salty, but he handled that the right way. So I'm not here to bash nobody either. Like, it's not even about, putting nobody else down, but gotta call a spade for spade. Like, like, y'all see what's transpiring. And then the fourth reason I feel like this is happening, and y'all can have your own opinion about it. I'm gonna have my own too. I feel like y'all, and I feel like this is the last reason, but it's definitely a consideration. I don't really want to talk too much about it, but I feel like it's y'all something to do by it like race too. Y'all probably not gonna want to hear that, but it just is what it is. Like, it's 2025. I mean, like, come on. But anyway, My bad, y'all. I had a little technical difficulties. But anyway, I don't even feel like this is definitely targeted at Shedeur. I feel like this is targeted at Dion. This is definitely targeted at Dion. All right, so that's in the past. So where do we go from there? Today is round 2. Everybody has them predicted at going in the second round now. I think we all kind of agree to that, except for one dude. I forgot exactly who it was on Twitter, on X, that was giving his 2 cents, and he still feel like Shedeur is going to go in the third round. Diabolical, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's talk about what team we feel like Shedeur is going to go to now, though. Okay, so second round, and I believe the Cleveland Browns got the first pick. Does Shedeur go to the Cleveland Browns for the first pick in the second round? Can we see that happening? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let me see what let's see what it's talking about right now. Let's see what we got going on. Let me see. Me personally, I would like to see Shedeur at the Steelers. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like they need a quarterback more than any other team right now, and I don't want him to go to the fire dumpster at Cleveland. Y'all already know what happens to everybody that go to Cleveland. That's like I call it a retirement home for like you either get hurt or your career just goes to BS. It just goes to BS. So let's read off. So we got the Cleveland Browns first. Then we got the Texans. We know the Texans don't need a quarterback. The Titans, they already got Cam Ward. Then the fourth pick is going to wow, looks like the Browns traded up again. They said if you go third round, it's going to be a slap in the face. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. So, all right, we get it. They try to humble him. They try to do whatever they did. Like, for him to go to third round, then like that's crazy. That's crazy. And then the fifth pick, the Raiders. Now, the Raiders, they got Geno Smith right now. Now, okay, they got Geno Smith. Let's say Shedeur did go to the Raiders for whatever reason, okay? In a way that it kind of makes sense because Tom Brady is his mentor, and you know Tom Brady owns the Raiders now. If he went there, does that mean that Shedeur sits and learns for a year? Me, my personal opinion, y'all can have your own, like I said. I don't see him just going here to the league and just sitting. That's just my personal opinion. So I don't see him going to the Raiders. My 3 picks is going to be, unfortunately, the Browns, the Saints, and the Steelers. I say in that ranking, I would say I would want him to go to the Steelers, then to the Saints, and then the Browns. I just don't. You said I want to see him in Cleveland. Hey, nah. I don't know about that. Hey, but it could work out for him. Like, it's crazy to say, but not really. Like, it could be good for him, though. Like, but I know his dad doesn't want him to go to a program that's not, I don't want to say already built, but doesn't have a good reputation for taking care of their players or developing their players or just, you know, things like that. Tom owns 10% of the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, yeah. He doesn't own it, like, full out, but, you know what I mean? Like, he's – man, hey, what Bruce say? President Trump says pick Shedeur or none. Oh, yeah, so let's get into that. So I'm glad you brought that up. So here's a little tweet that came out. Give me 1 second. I thought I was seeing stuff. I said, did he really tweet that? I didn't even know he liked Colorado or Shedeur. This is all new to me. Hold on 1 second. About to pull it up for y'all right here. Hey, I appreciate everybody for joining too. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. And send it out as well. I'm only gonna be on here until the draft start, which is gonna be in a couple minutes. All right, here we go. I don't know if y'all already seen the tweet, but here we go right here. All right, so pretty much, all right. Donald Trump questions whether the NFL owners are stupid after Shedeur Sanders was snubbed in the first round of the draft. All right, and he said, in a quote, "What is wrong with the NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even a greater NFL player. He should be picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur." Hey, how y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? Like, anybody can clearly see that he was snubbed yesterday. Anybody can clearly see that. But best of luck to Shedeur, and every dude that got drafted yesterday. You know, despite any players getting drafted before him that I feel like shouldn't have, that's neither here or there now. Like, I mean, we got to rock and roll with, what already happened. That's in the past. We got to move forward in the present. So, but best believe that he going to come back on that timing. He going to be on that timing when we go to the league because he got a chip on his shoulder now. He always had a chip on his shoulder because nobody likes the Sanders family for some reason. And I feel like it's deeper. Like it's not even just politics. I feel like it's like a spiritual thing too. Like I feel like they really, really hate the Sanders family. And I feel like it all started with Deion, and that's crazy. I was talking to my pop yesterday. Back when Deion got drafted, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Deion said that, and I'm probably saying a little bit off, but pretty much whatever team he goes to, he's going to really, really ask him for that bag. And I think he was directing that towards the Detroit Lions. So the Lions didn't draft him, and it ended up being the Falcons, whatever. So I feel like the league has been trying to get back at Deion since way back when. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, about that. Deion and Trump are cut from the same cloth. Both God-fearing and don't care about being the underdog. And none of the owners want to go to war with Trump and his administration. Yeah, so another topic. But hey, y'all, it's getting wicked. Let's talk a little bit about transfer portal though. So I'm not sure how many people in here are actually Colorado fans or just college football fans in general. But I don't know if I'm more mad about or salty about what happened and took place in the NFL draft, or if I'm more salty about what's going on in the transfer portal with Colorado. Like, first of all, they only landed 4 commits in this round of the portal. Let's talk about that. They only landed 4 commits. They had a couple of visits. I said it in my last live video. Go check that out when you get a chance. And I was hoping that these dudes were going to commit. Prime literally said what players he needed out of the draft. Out of the transfer portal. When asked the question, I believe it was Scott Proctor who asked him that question in the interview about what players he felt like he needed to go after in the transfer portal. And here goes the list right here. So Scott said, you're probably going to see that portal jumping a lot in a few days. That's what Prime said. Prime said he wants to get a defensive tackle, a linebacker, safety, 2 cornerbacks, wide receiver. He said a grown man wide receiver, not cool. 2 running backs, a tight end, offensive guard, offensive tackle, and 2 centers. So far, he has gotten a guard/tackle, Xavier Hill, He got a DB, Tayon Parks. He's landed a wide receiver, Sincere Brown, dog. Go check him out when y'all get a chance, Sincere Brown. And he's landed a safety, Terrence Love from Auburn. Other than that, man, like, it's like all the visits that they have, nobody's committing. Nobody's committing. Oh, yeah, school bus. So that's a fake. You sure it's a fake? Fake? Only reason why I said something about it is because Bucky also posted it as well. So I didn't know if that was fake or not. But anyway, back to this, because we only got a couple more minutes before the draft starts again. I got to lock in with that. Let's talk about Blake Steen. Blake Steen, somebody that Colorado really, really needed. And unfortunately, he ended up committing elsewhere yesterday. So Blake Steen is no longer going to Colorado, unfortunately. I was really, really hoping that Colorado could land him because we need a little bit more depth on the offensive line in them trenches. And this one hurt me too because we need another running back. He said he wanted to go get 2 running backs. JVM, the Jet Thomas, 5'10", 190. He ended up committing about a couple hours to go to UCLA. Like, I don't know if it's a money thing. I don't know if it's an opportunity thing. I don't know if it's too much going on in Colorado, period. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but they're not really turning it up the way I thought they was going to in this second round of the portal at all. And I'm a little frustrated because I'm also, so I don't know if y'all know or not, but I've always been a Deion fan myself. Now, he just so happened to start coaching, so I kind of follow, and wherever he goes as a coach is kind of where I'm going to rock with. Like, that's just always been my favorite player, so why not? But I want to see Colorado flat out ball out this season. But not only that, dominate. And I feel like we need the players, we need the coaches, we need the chemistry between the team, we need even with the play calling, like we need all that when it comes to competing at a high level, because when we start getting some playoffs, if and when Colorado gets to the playoffs, they're going to have to compete against these other teams. And we're going to need them higher caliber players. Like, even Prime said it out of his own mouth. Yeah, we got players, but we ain't got all we need. We still need more pieces to the puzzle. So I don't know if it's an NIL thing, if these players are coming in for a visit and then they get there and it's like, I'm going to offer you this, I'm going to offer you that. And they look at them like, whoa, what? That's it? And then they go to another school and they really dropping that bag on them. I don't know what it is, but I know they ain't committing. I know they're not committing. Like, what is the recruiting staff in there saying to the players that's shying them away from the program itself? You can have whatever thought process you want about the program. It's a good program. It's still growing. It's still developing. It's not a terrible program. I just kind of question some things at different times. And I don't know if y'all ever watched Buffed and Prime BIP. They have a BIP list where pretty much they literally rank every single player in the transfer portal right now. And T. Kyle, he literally looks at every single player that enters into the portal, and he actually watches the film. He breaks down film. This school is reaching out to him because they want to offer him different jobs and things of that matter. And, you know, he's been sending out players to Colorado, and it's crazy. I'm looking at the list, looking at who he got ranked at number 1 and number 2, number 4, number 5. Colorado don't seem to be going after none of them dudes at all. They're going after straight people, like randoms. I'm just saying randoms. Like, I don't even know who these dudes are. And you go look at their stats, they got single-digit numbers. It's crazy. Hey, but I'm not gonna knock nobody down. It's just I kind of question like where we're at. Like only 4 commits. Like I would have thought we would have been a little bit further than that. Old Miss going crazy. Georgia Tech starting to get a little motion going in. It's these bigger programs that are landing these dudes. So that's why it makes me think that it's an NIL thing. Because you know what these bigger schools got? Pretty much unlimited NIL. Like these Oregons, these Penn States and Georgias and Ole Miss, Texas A&Ms. So, hey, I don't know, man. I'm going to stay patient with that. I ain't going to doubt the program or doubt anything that's going on because I'm not exactly there to see what's going on, but I can tell you it's a little frustrating, though, as somebody who's a fan. Because it's like, yo, like... And at one point, I thought all the dudes that came and took a visit, I'm like, okay, maybe they secretly committed. We just don't know about it yet. Because that's what Prime said, too. When they asked him about the commits that came and come visit, he said, yeah, I think we, committed basically like half of them or whatever like that. I think he said something along those lines. But y'all just don't know about it yet. Bro, ain't none of them dudes committed yet. All right, did they play them? Did they psych them out? I don't know. Hey, but it's literally about that time. We're going to see what it's going to be talking about in this second round of the draft. Yo, hopefully he can land on a good team. If there's any Cleveland Browns fans out there, I'm sorry. I don't want to go to no Cleveland Browns. Y'all already know how that. Nah. I'm an Eagles fan, though, born and raised in Philly. Obviously, he's not coming to the Eagles with Jalen Hurts there, but that's all I got. Make sure y'all share this live out. I appreciate everybody for joining and tapping in. And if I got any more updates or news following after the draft, I'll make sure I'll tap in for y'all as well. So, but y'all have a blessed rest of y'all night, and I'll be back with y'all another time.